Welcome to WrestleRecap. I am Dylan Graves, once again being joined by John Sutton, here to bring you the SmackDown recap. But before we get started on that, if you want to support WrestleRecap, you can like, share, and subscribe. You can comment down below and let us know how we're doing. But with that being said, let's get into it. SmackDown kicks off with a flashback to the Bloodline and Cody Rhodes last week, which ultimately ended with Cody Rhodes being forced to watch as the Bloodline dismantled ya boy Randy Orton.
Where was security?
They were busy waiting for the Wyatts because they're not there for the Bloodline.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Cody Rhodes kicks the show off, though. No suit tonight. Man is all business. Actually looking no business since, he's not in a suit. But, you know what it is.
He's just casual.
Yep. Not business casual either, just casual. He's got some business to attend to, but it's not that kind of business. They show us that Terrence Crawford is in attendance tonight. From what I could gather, he is a boxer.
Yes, he is a damn good boxer.
Okay. Cody hits him with what do you want to talk about? Except I'm pretty sure he says, what do we want to talk about? So come on, Cody. Say your line correctly.
Take the title off him. You can't do it anymore.
Cody talks about Randy Orton. He says that before Randy was a friend, he was a mentor. And Cody wouldn't be standing there as champion without Randy Orton. Cody says to imagine the guilt when he had to watch Randy get put through the table. And he says that wrestling isn't always blood. What?
I just know that that's not the first or the last time Randy Orton's gone through a table.
Yeah, definitely not. Wrestling isn't always blood in that Randy... What the fuck are these notes?
I don't know. Were you drunk when you were watching it?
I was not. I watched it this morning.
He was drunk while he was watching it. New Era must have came on about 100 times, huh?
No. So yeah, I don't know what Cody said and what my notes are supposed to be. But basically, Cody says that Randy Orton is family. Even though he's not blood, he's still family.
There you go. You worked it out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming that it's supposed to be that family isn't always blood and that Randy is family, but for whatever reason I put that wrestling isn't always blood. So,
I mean he's not wrong either.
That's show me the lie in that one too, but Cody says he looks...
This is why we only have 10 viewers.
Aggressive. Cody says he looked Solo in the eyes before Mania 39 and told him that he's not ready. So Solo paid him back by costing him the title that night. Cody asks Solo how it feels to see him still champion while Solo is still not, and then he gets cut off because A Clown Down Under comes out.
Hell yeah.
Theory says that it's Cody's fault that Jacob Fatu attacked him. And Theory says to look at his cheek. It's swollen from the attack. Cody says that he thought it was swollen because his own partner kneed him in the face. Show me the lie.
Ouchie.
Cody says, nope, already said that. Waller reiterates that Theory got attacked because of Cody. And Waller says that Randy got hurt because of Cody as well. Cody takes the fight to Theory and Waller, though, once they're in the ring, but the numbers game gets the better of him. Until Terrence Crawford gives Cody a steel chair, which Cody then uses to promptly hit Waller with, and then also toss it to Theory before hitting a disaster kick into the chair, which then bounces off of Theory's face.
So now it's not just his cheek that's bruised. It's his whole face.
And his ego.
That would have already hurt.
We then see Carmelo Hayes, who's getting his hair done because he's such a diva like that. And Melo cuts a brief promo on Andrade before we head into the commercial break. Following the break, Cody's backstage and he finds Nick Aldis and he wants a match against A-Clown Down Under. Aldis tells him he's got it, but he needs a partner. Cody wants it to be 2-on-1, but Nick Aldis says he can't do that because he's the one that would have to answer to shareholders. So Cody has until the end of the night to find a partner. Whoever could it be?
Solo Sikoa.
I bet it's going to be Pharaoh. Dude's just going to rock up with his dog.
Oh, it's going to be Hurricane.
The Hurricane? Hurricane Helms?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Or the Scorpion King.
Something tells me it wouldn't be the Scorpion King. I feel like Hurricane Helms is more likely than the Scorpion King.
Yeah, you're right.
We then head down to the ring for Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade. Andrade comes out without his mask and also without his WWE Speed Championship. However, they're very eager to tell us he is the WWE Speed Champ. So why not let them wear the title on weekly television? Sure, it's supposed to be like a Twitter exclusive thing, whatever. The matches are. That doesn't mean that you should limit him to wearing the title on those brief periods of, or I guess brief segments, I guess would be the word to use.
Why are we even acknowledging it if we're not allowed to wear the title?
Right. Like, if you're going to completely keep it exclusive to Twitter or X, then don't acknowledge it at all. If you're going to acknowledge it, let them wear the title. It's just ridiculous. I think it would pull more interest to the product if Andrade comes out wearing the Speed title on weekly television. But I don't know.
Yeah, no.
At the start of the match, they have a good sequence of counters and quick pins before they both land some forearms. This was very indie wrestling style.
In Double E?
In WWE. It was something that you would have seen Ricochet and insert another high flyer luchador style
Kalisto.
name. I mean, yeah. Why would you say Kalisto?
I don't know.
Melo lands a kick, but Andrade follows it up with one of his own. Melo lands another kick and goes for a springboard move, but Andrade gets up onto the ropes with him, seemingly looking for the springboard Spanish fly once again. Melo drops down, though, and kicks Andrade's legs out from under him. Melo hits a springboard leg drop while Andrade is hung on the second rope as we head into the commercial break. Following the break, Melo still has control, and we're shown that Andrade did manage to hit the springboard Spanish fly during the break. So good job, WWE. You probably put the highest spot of the match on commercial break. Well done.
Mm-hmm.
Andrade takes Melo down with a massive clothesline, and they trade strikes before Andrade hits a pair of dragon screws, with the second one looking atrocious because Melo just, dropped. And a forearm. Andrade hits the double knees in the corner for 2 and goes for a suplex, but Melo counters it and hits a tilt-a-whirl face buster for a near fall. Melo gets Andrade up top, but Andrade knocks him down, and Andrade goes for the moonsault, but Melo rolls out of the way, so Andrade lands on his feet and then hits a standing moonsault for a near fall. Melo hits a knee strike, but Andrade catches him with the back elbow for a near fall. Andrade goes up and dives, but Mello hits the first 48 out of midair for a near fall. Or according to my notes, it's the first 18. Jesus. Mello goes for nothing but net, but Andrade dodges. So Mello goes for another face buster, but Andrade dodges that and hits the message to pick up the win. Despite the second dragon screw looking absolutely horrid, and the fact that they put Andrade's, what I thought at the time was going to be Andrade's highest spot, that being the springboard Spanish fly, and then he just pulled out the moonsault into a standing moonsault. But despite all of this, I would say that this probably turned out to be the match of the night. And I noted in here that it's going to be hard to top this match.
Bro, this is like the second or third week in a row Andrade has had probably the best match of the night.
It's because Andrade's good. Vince
just give him a manager. Just give him a manager. He doesn't have to talk because obviously he can't really talk on the mic.
Choose your next words wisely.
He's terrible on the mic. I came out wrong when I was saying it. I paused and I'm like, that didn't come out right. But living on the edge. Yeah, I think if he had a manager, don't care who.
I mean, put him back with Zelina. As badly as I don't want it to happen, just because I think the whole premise has lost its way. They don't seem to have any plans of breaking up the LWO.
So put him in LWO.
I know that Triple H has been getting a lot of flack lately because when he doesn't know what to do with someone that's not white, he throws them all in a group together.
That's racist.
I mean, it is, but look at what goes on. It's also not untrue.
White or straight.
It's also not untrue.
Because he's got the lesbians.
Yeah, I'm ignoring you. I'm ignoring you.
He's got.
Shut up.
He's got that group.
I
on
do
Raw.
not want to have to keep editing shit. Okay, thank you.
He's got that group on Raw.
Yeah. But like, put Andrade in the LWO just so that he can be partnered back up with Zelina, since you're not gonna break the NWO apart, despite how bland it's become.
The NWO, huh?
Did I say the NWO?
I'm pretty sure you said the NWO.
Well, I meant the LWO, which was a spoof of the NWO in all fairnessness.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, we get a flashback to Michin versus Nia Jax last week, and then we see that Nia and Bayley are getting prepped to argue via satellite? ?
I'd rather see Bayley live.
Yeah. I noted
I don't care if she's BBL.
I noted on here that I feel like Michin is going to show up on Nia's feed and Tiffany Stratton's going to show up on Bayley's feed. Obviously, this did not happen, but in the moment, this was what I was expecting to see. But before we get to that, we head into a commercial break. When we come back from the break, it's time for them to bicker via satellite, despite being in the same room, or like, not same room, but in the same building. Nia and Bayley join us, and Corey starts talking to them, but Nia cuts him off and says she's not even listening to him. Nia says to start feeling sorry for Bayley now, because she's going to beat her at SummerSlam and put her down like an old sick dog. Bayley says that Nia hasn't changed at one bit in the 10 years that they've known each other. And she says the reason Nia hurt her in 2017 isn't because she's big and strong, it's because she's big, clumsy, and reckless. Bayley says she's going to walk out of SummerSlam still champ, and Nia just kind of storms off because she did not like being called big, clumsy, and reckless.
Show me the lie.
I mean, She's a lot better this go around, but that first run, she was absolutely big, clumsy, and reckless.
She was all three.
Jade and Bianca are walking backstage, and they come to Nick Aldis' office, where Chelsea Green and Piper Niven are already standing there. Jade says that they look lost. Chelsea says that they are there to talk to Nick Aldis. And Bianca says not before them, because they're going to talk to him about getting their title rematch. Chelsea says that they're going to go in and complain about losing because they're losers. And Jade asks, isn't that exactly what you're here about to do? Since they can't decide who's going to talk to Aldis first, Bianca challenges Chelsea to meet her in the ring. And Piper is immediately down for this, but Chelsea doesn't seem to be as down. And I noted that it must have been earlier in the day because it's time for that match right now. So Bianca comes out for the match as we head into a commercial break. And when we come back from the break, we're actually getting into the match. Kind of a foreign concept when I come from watching Raw to watching SmackDown, because usually they plant the seed before the commercial break, and then half of our time between commercial breaks is spent on something else before we get into what they planted the seed for. Yes.
I was gonna say, yeah, SmackDown's really screwing the pooch on everything, kind of, between all their censoring and the way they've been handling commercial breaks.
No, I mean, I actually prefer the whole plant the seed before the break and come back and get into it, moreover than what Raw does, where it's plant the seed, come back, do a completely unrelated segment, and then give us 30 seconds of whatever we touched on before the previous commercial break, and then head into a new commercial break.
Or you could do what they do sometimes is, it could be the next, 30 seconds, and they'll be like, this is what happened 20 seconds ago. And you're like,
Yeah.
I know. I watched it 20 seconds ago.
Yeah, the classic, do something, go to commercial break, come back, show us what happened right before commercial break. It's like, what was the point? I mean, obviously it's because it's a 3-hour show and they're buying themselves more time. Or they're filling more time. But it insults the intelligence of the viewer. Anywho, they start the match with an exchange of slaps. Obviously, Bianca comes out on top. Chelsea goes for an unpretty her, but Bianca escapes it and hits a German suplex, which looks absolutely nasty. Bianca goes for her moonsault, but Chelsea dodges it and goes for a kick. However, Bianca dodges the kick and lifts her up for the KOD. Chelsea escapes the KOD and rolls Bianca up with a fistful of tights, but Bianca rolls through and pins Chelsea to pick up the win. The two teams then stare down in the ring before Chelsea gets Piper to just leave, because obviously they would never win that fight.
True.
Death by Snoo Snoo.
Death by Snoo Snoo!
Following this, Unholy Union appear on the Tron, and Unholy Union says that they'll give Jade and Bianca a glimpse of the titles next week, but as far as for their rematch, we'll see. Also, we got to see Isla Dawn, so you know it was a good day.
Yeah, we missed out on Bayley.
No, we don't.
We did.
I mean, we didn't. Just not yet. We'll get there. LA Knight is then headed out towards the ring, or at least towards Gorilla, as we head into the commercial break. When we come back, Nick Aldis is in the ring, and Aldis has the contract for the U.S. title match already signed by himself and LA Knight.
Oh, I pushed buttons. I blew it. And you blew it.
Soiled it.
Soiled it. Yeah!
Aldis calls LA down to the ring. He then calls Logan Paul out, and to my surprise, Logan Paul is actually there. I was absolutely expecting Logan Paul to join us via satellite.
LA Knight said he was going to be here last
Yeah,
week.
that don't mean anything.
He said.
I don't care what he said.
He's not a liar.
I noted that while Logan Paul is coming out, the feed gets cut, so I'm guessing someone was flipping him the bird. Logan Paul glances at the contract briefly before asking why'd he give this hillbilly Aladdin, Sons of Anarchy extra, Larry the Lobster looking dude a shot at his U.S. title.
I don't know about you, but I strive to be Larry the Lobster.
Here's to living like Larry.
Bro's got muscles on muscles.
Got them claws though too.
But I don't need to be a lobster.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I just need the muscle.
LA Knight reminds Logan that every time they meet, he gets cooked and owned. Knight recounts his journey against Logan Paul thus far, dating back to last year. Oh, there's my spot. Okay. And Logan calls LA by his real name, Sean.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah. I honestly think that these two did not pre-plan what they were going to say. Because
Well, they probably tell Logan to go out to be himself, and they probably just give him like a bulletin of things they want to cover.
I'm sure there's bullet points that they got to hit, but as far as like the insults that they give out, I'd be willing to bet that these two just are told to go out there and make something happen. Because following one of the lines that Logan says in a minute here that we'll get to, LA Knight broke character. Like, he laughed at it.
Yeah, I mean, I would say LA Knight's, at least in my opinion, really good on the mic.
Oh, for sure.
He sounds like, as much as everyone says, oh, he sounds like The Rock. And yeah, he sounds like The Rock because that's what people want to hear.
That's not a bad thing.
And it's good. And it's good. Like, his insults are good.
Yeah. Logan Paul says that he don't need this match. And Logan Paul starts talking about all of his endeavors on outside of the ring. And he says that LA Knight hasn't had a single defining moment in the last 20 years. And he then calls Knight a gym bro with a spray tan pretending to be The Rock. And that's the one that LA cracked a smile at. LA Knight says it's funny that Paul would mention his brother, because at one point during his endeavors he mentioned how the name Paul is synonymous with culture at this point. And but it's funny that he would mention his brother, because his brother is willing to jump in the ring with Mike Tyson, but Logan Paul isn't willing to get in the ring with him. So having balls must not run in the family. Who'd have thought that that's the line that it would take to get Logan Paul pissed off?
Let him cook.
Logan Paul signs the contract and says that on the back of this contract, he's going to draw LA a map of exactly where he can stick his dreams of becoming WWE champion. Yeah!
No!
They start shoving each other, and Aldis gets between them. Logan Paul blindsides LA Knight after he has exited the ring with Nick Aldis. But LA Knight turns it around and goes for the BFT, but Logan Paul escapes it and flees from the ring, and then the feed is cut again. We get a vignette for Tiffany Stratton, who then comes out following that, and we head into a commercial break. Following the break, LA Knight is walking backstage, where Santos and Elektra Lopez come up. They clearly have ill intent, but Santos congratulates LA on finally getting a U.S. title match. Obviously, it was like a sideways compliment. I believe Elektra Lopez also calls him a stalker in that portion. Santos.
Yeah, I think she does.
Yeah. Santos reminds LA that he was in the Money in the Bank qualifier match as well, and he didn't get pinned. Knight says that he's got a bit more time before SummerSlam, so if he wants to get in touch, his mom has his number. Santos says facing him so close to his title shot wouldn't be smart. I mean, I doubt it. We then head back down to the ring as Tiffany Stratton is already out there and Michin comes out to get their match underway. I noted that Stratton would rather give her briefcase to Nia to hang on to rather than the ref. So surely this won't come up later.
True.
Stratton takes Michin down to start, and Michin rolls Stratton up for a quick pin attempt. Michin hits a drop kick and a corner clothesline, followed by a cannonball for 1. Michin lands a kick, but Stratton flees before the second can land. Michin chases her at ringside, but Stratton hides behind Nia before landing a cheap shot and the Alabama Slam on the outside as we head into commercial break. When we come back from the break, Stratton has control, and she hits a springboard swanton for 2. Stratton hits her corner splash and a spine buster for another near fall, and she goes for the Alabama Slam again, but Michin turns it into a sunset flip pin for a near fall. Michin tries for another quick pin attempt for a 1. And Michin starts rolling here. She hits a tornado DDT for 2, but she is favoring her back after taking the Alabama Slam on the outside. Stratton hits a hip attack against the ropes, followed by a stomp of sorts for a near fall. Stratton gets Michin up top, but Michin punches her down and hits her with a missile drop kick. Stratton rolls out, so Michin sets up for a S-dive, but Nia grabs her foot while the ref isn't looking, and this distraction was enough because Stratton catches Michin with a forearm when she finally goes for the dive. Stratton hits a rolling senton and gets ready for the prettiest moonsault, but Bayley shows up at ringside, so this completely distracts Stratton and makes her forget that she's even in a match.
And me.
Yeah?
Yeah!
Nia goes after Bayley, but Bayley sends Nia into the timekeeper's area, and Nia drops the briefcase. So Bayley has the briefcase now, and she just destroys the case. Michin takes advantage of this and rolls Stratton up to pick up the win. And last thing I noted on here is that custom briefcase incoming for next week.
Bro, at least Michin didn't end up becoming Kurt Hawkins. For a while, I thought she was going to.
Oh, just the losing streak?
Taking L after L after L.
No, that's typically been reserved for Finn Balor up until just recently.
Yeah, but now who's going to lose all these matches?
That could be a prediction all its own. Probably Santos Escobar.
I'd have to do some research just to see.
And or Carmelo Hayes.
True. Nah. We just talked about him yesterday.
Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
What about Odyssey Jones?
The man who hasn't even had a match.
Man's been on the roster for 3 years now, and I don't know that I've ever seen him wrestle a match. He's maybe had one televised match. Like, how is this man making it past the cuts?
Can't have a streak if you don't get a match.
I mean, it could be the longest streak of being on the roster without ever competing. Or
True.
even being seen. Like, this man probably isn't even at the shows. Man's probably getting paid to just sit at home.
I'll be paid to sit at home.
I mean, right? We
Come
then
on,
see.
pay me to. I was like, pay me to work out. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'll sit at home, work out. I don't even.
Yeah, I would
Don't put
gladly
me on
take.
TV.
I would gladly accept the minimum $350,000 salary to sit at home. So, WWE, TKO, Endeavor, if you're listening, I got you.
Hit us up.
Yeah. We then hear from the Bloodline, and Tonga Loa still hasn't paid the power bill because they're still sitting in the dark. Solo says that life is so good when you're the tribal chief on the island of relevance, but it's also busy. Solo says he never has a... What?
You mean the island of irrelevancy?
Got him.
Dude, let him cut.
Solo says he never has a moment to himself, but when he does, he loves a good mystery. I was expecting Scooby-Doo, but, to each their own.
Scooby-Doo pops up on screen.
I mean,
Raggy.
Solo Sikoa looks like the kind of person that would love a good Scooby-Doo episode.
He probably likes the Scooby-Doo movie.
I mean, Scooby-Doo movies go hard.
True that.
But it's not the mystery of who's going to be Cody's tag partner, but the mystery of who's going to step up and disrespect the tribal chief by teaming with Cody. So wouldn't that be the mystery of Cody's tag partner?
Yep.
Okay. Solo says if you're on Cody's side, you're against him, his family, and the tribal chief. Bro, I thought you were the tribal chief.
It just keeps getting better.
Solo says it better be a handicap match or someone is going to pay the price because he is the tribal chief. And you will
It's not going to be...
acknowledge him.
It's not going to be Tonga Loa because he still hasn't paid the electricity.
Nah, dog. This man out here just... I mean, it's so dark in there that Tama Tonga's got to wear sunglasses because he can't believe what's going on.
He doesn't want to show his face.
Yeah. We head into the commercial break, and when we come back, we get a flashback to the WWE Tag Title match last week, and we are told of we're looking ahead to what's next week. There's a number one contenders gauntlet match for the WWE Tag Team Championships. That'll see the Street Profits versus Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin versus the Bloodline being represented by Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa versus Legado del Fantasma being represented by Berto and Angel, Anal, whatever his name is, versus Pretty Deadly versus the OC. We'll also get LA Knight versus Santos Escobar, and Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax versus Michin and Bayley. We then
Can't wait for that potential cash-in.
Nah. Cash-in's going to happen at SummerSlam.
No, but they're going
I'm
to play it
fairly
like she's going to
confident in
cash in.
Possibly. We then see Cody's walking towards Gorilla, and Kevin Owens is revealed to be his partner. We follow Owens out to the ring, and they inform us that Owens' mother is doing much better now. But we head into the commercial break before Cody comes out, or after Cody comes out, my bad. Cody and Theory start the match with Cody taking control. Owens and Cody hit some double team moves for 2. Theory flees to ringside, but KO chases after him and keeps fighting. KO knocks the big Prime bottle over because he always has to do that. And then he sends Theory back into the ring. Waller goes over and puts the big Prime bottle back up rather than helps his teammate. So, that checks out.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Waller distracts Cody, so Cody goes for a punch. Theory takes advantage and tags Waller in. Waller holds Cody's arms, and Theory tees off. Waller goes for a back suplex, but Cody escapes. Waller goes for a corner splash, but Cody dodges it. KO gets the hot tag and takes out Theory before going after Waller. KO then takes out both Waller and Theory with clotheslines on the outside. He hits an inverted atomic drop and an enziguri to Waller, followed by a cannonball. He then goes for the swanton, but Waller gets the knees up. Theory tags in and hits a drop kick, and Waller tags back in, and they hit a double team move before knocking Cody off the apron and pinning KO for a near fall as we head into the commercial break. Coming out of the commercial break, Waller goes for a couple quick pin attempts that only get him one. Waller has control here, but KO rolls out of the ring with Waller following him. KO takes the fight to Waller on the outside before knocking the Prime Bottle back over and heading back into the ring. So like this whole sequence just felt like Owens had to knock the bottle over, so he just worked it in.
Yep.
Waller stops him from making the tag though, and Waller gets KO up top, but KO punches him down. However, Waller gets right back up there and lands some punches, and Waller's looking to superplex him, but it doesn't work because KO knocks him down and hits the swanton. Cody gets the hot tag, and he takes it to Theory, who also got tagged in. Cody hits the bionic elbow and lifts Theory up for a power slam, but Waller tags in unbeknownst to Cody. Cody hits a DDT to Theory, but Waller comes in and hits the jumping complete shot for a near fall. Waller and Theory set up for a double team move, but Cody escapes, and Waller goes for a knee strike, but Cody dodges it. Theory catches Waller this time, preventing the knee from hitting him in the face. Cody goes for a Cody cutter, and Waller shoves Theory into it. KO comes in and hits Waller with a stunner, and then Cody hits Austin Theory with the Crossroads to pick up the win. And at this point, I looked and there was still 7 minutes of the show left. So I said, that's too soon. So I knew something else was coming. And sure enough, the Bloodline comes out. Cody takes out Solo and Tama with an S-dive. And KO goes for Loa's eyes, using a move made famous by Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa's father, Haku. KO clears the table, and they prepare to put Solo through it, but Jacob Fatu isn't out here yet, so obviously this isn't going to work. They're getting ready to lift him up, but Fatu stops it and takes out both KO and Cody. Fatu hits multiple hip presses to Owens in the ring, while Solo and Tonga Loa make Cody watch. Fatu hits a flying headbutt to KO, and Cody ends up getting triple powerbombed through the announce table. KO tries to keep fighting, but Tama wraps a chair around his head and sends him into the post, and the Bloodline stands tall over Cody, holding up the ones to end the show. So, overall,
is this like making him watch Angle just to set up for another like WrestleMania type match where they all come back to help him out?
I doubt it.
Because Randy Orton's been gone since it happened. Granted, it was just last week. But then you got KO going to... It happened to KO now. So there's 2 out of the... 3? And then maybe somebody else next week? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it's just their new tactic of making Cody watch as all of his friends get beaten down.
I don't know.
But all in all,
do you think it'll
say,
just be a regular match at SummerSlam, or?
I think that Hikuleo is going to debut.
Who to what now?
Hikuleo.
I don't know. It sounds like him. Pickled day. Oh.
The other Tongan.
Ah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
But
anyways.
it's been reported that he is officially under contract. So I'm guessing that he's going to show up at SummerSlam. I don't
to complete
see
this version of the Bloodline.
What's that?
To complete this version of the Bloodline.
Possibly. I mean, most likely. I don't see Cody losing the title at SummerSlam, though.
No.
At one
He'll
point,
hold on to it till WrestleMania.
Yeah. At one point, I definitely saw Cody losing the title much sooner. But I saw him losing it to either a Damian Priest cash-in, losing it to Gunther, or... No, I didn't see him losing it to a Damian Priest cash-in. I saw him losing it to a Gunther cash-in. Yeah, that was the only real scenario that I had kind of came up with, is that I figured that Gunther would go after Cody for that title so as to not overfill the World Heavyweight Championship picture with too many challengers for one title. But obviously that's not the route they've gone. So I do firmly believe that, barring any unforeseen injuries, that Cody will likely hold the title until WrestleMania.
Depending on his opponent, he'll either win or lose at WrestleMania.
Right.
And I can't see it being losing to Roman or Solo.
No,
I think it would have
assume...
to be somebody new, like Randy or... I'm just saying a name. I'm not saying that Randy should be the one. But...
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know who takes the title off of him. Ideally, it would be the new Bloodline, but nobody from this new Bloodline has the star power to be a world champion.
Fatu will.
Granted, we said the same thing about Damian Priest, and I think he's been doing amazing as world champion.
I think Fatu will have the star power. He's just...
Fatu's not the leader. Can't put the main title on someone who's not the leader.
I know, but he's too damn good.
I know.
He's a peacock. You gotta let him fly.
With
all
the
in all, though,
wrapping
with
up...
the show.
What's up?
I was just gonna say what you said, so... Continue.
With that being the wrap on the show, I think we can safely say that Andrade and Carmelo Hayes had the match of the night.
True.
And other than that, I am just looking forward to that custom briefcase next week.
Yeah. And I'm not looking forward to Monday Night Raw at all. Because there's going to be a sleeper part in there, and we all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, your favorite group, the Final Testament's
in
action.
See that? I wanted to throw it before you even said it. Disgusting.
Yeah, because you just like them so much.
About taking a nap. When I know when their match is next, I'm going to be like, well, looks like there's a 15-minute nap coming my way.
Lol. That concludes the SmackDown recap. Once again, I've been Dylan Graves. He's been John Sutton. This has been WrestleRecap. If you want to support WrestleRecap, you can like, share, and subscribe. You can comment down below and let us know how we've been doing. You can click on the video. Should be floating on your screen somewhere. But until next time, goodbye.